Hi friends, welcome to All Things Carolyn. Guess what? It's spring and we get to do all kinds of fun things in the garden now. I'm squinting and I'm excited to be squinting because it's been raining all day. It's like, I don't know, 5:36 p.m. and the sun finally came out. So this is going to be our first garden walk of the season. It's completely not that organized, kind of messy. I've done a little bit of work, planted a couple little things, but haven't like dug in really deep yet. So every Monday, I'm going to try to upload every Monday a walkthrough, and we'll go over each of the items that I'm working on, what their progress is, say hello to some of the animals, do some harvesting as the season goes on. For those of you who don't know me, I have 30 years food and beverage experience, and I have a catering business. So, and my husband and I like to try and eat organic and healthy. So some of my videos will have some recipes or ways that I preserve the food, cook the food, that sort of thing. It's fun. So come along with me. I'm going to turn you around. First things first, I can't come outside and not give some treats to the girls. And by girls, I'm going to show you who I mean. Hello, girls. We have 4 chickens. I'm going to introduce you to everybody today. Well, maybe everybody. I know we've got 2 dogs and 2 cats too, but so let's let these guys out and I will name them. Florence, come on out. Roberta, come on out. Who's next? Leona, come on out. Come on, Nellie. And Nellie. So we have 4 chickens. We live pretty much in the suburban area of Pennsylvania. I guess you could call us just kind of like a suburban backyard gardener. I have an art background also. I have a degree in commercial art. So I just love colors and varieties of things. So we have 4 different egg layers. My little girl Nellie here is an Easter egger. She lays, you know, your bluish egg. Florence, she lays a tan egg. She is a speckled, what is she, speckled Wyandotte? I forget now, I think she's speckled Wyandotte. Then my olive egger is Roberta. She lays a slightly green egg. I wish it was a little bit greener, but you just never kind of know when they cross them how green it's going to be. And then Leona is my black one. Isn't she gorgeous? She lays, she's a black copper Moran. She lays a dark chocolate egg, a milk chocolate egg with dark speckles. It's really pretty. So anyway, Mommy has treats. Let's see. Girls, chick, 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 chick. Come get your treats. Okay. I didn't charge my phone before we came out. I've got 30%, so I hope it'll last the video. So, entrance to the garden. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the cutting garden today. I might save that for another video. I have cutting gardens all along. As you can see, it's all a mess. Haven't done anything. All along the sides. It's around the whole perimeter. But let's just do the garden and maybe pop into the greenhouse. So my garden is gated because I want to keep out the little mongers, the bunny rabbits, the groundhogs, all those guys who like to chomp, chomp, chomp on your veggies. I do have some chicken wire and some fencing that's kind of like buried into the ground. We do raised bed gardening. In Pennsylvania, our soil is very clay heavy. So these beds are about, we've added, every year, you know, we added another level, and now we're getting to the point where we have to reinforce those levels. So these have probably been here about 7-8 years. And every year I top them off with some mushroom compost, leaf compost, you know, whatever kind of compost I can get delivered or get my husband can pick up in the trailer. And then I put fertilizer and things like that. So there's nothing in these beds or that one, the third one. This one just has leftover kohlrabi from last fall that bolted before it matured, and I just haven't pulled it out yet, but I'll probably slowly take it out and give it to the chickens. This one really doesn't have anything except a little surviving parsley right there. And yeah, so this is my beautiful dwarf plum tree. Please give me some suggestions in the comments. I really don't have a lot of success with it. By the time they're ripe, it's covered in, like, the sugars come out of it and they crystallize, and then the beetles are all over the place, and I don't spray. So please give me some suggestions in the comments. I've kind of trimmed it, if you will, to just grow like left and right. It goes out a little bit in the back, but just doing it left and right so it's not encroaching into here. So this bed I put my garlic in the fall, which is looking okay. And then just a little bit ago, like a week or maybe 10 days ago, I put some red onions and some leeks in the middle. So it is, what is it, end of March 30th, March 31st, I can't remember. So by the time I'm planting, in Pennsylvania we usually plant Mother's Day, which is May 10th this year. That should be ready, close to be ready to be harvested, excuse me. These guys all had herbs. I'm pretty sure these two are dead. This one has all the different varieties of thyme. So once I clean it up, I should come back. I'll probably take each individual one out and separate them because there's like 5 or 6 different flavors in there. If you're curious, there's orange, lemon, lime, pizza, and spicy, I think, are the varieties I have in there. So I'll divide them out and probably cut them all in half so that, because it's probably root bound now. These two beds, this one and this one, are kind of a mismatch. I've got some broccoli and some kale from last fall, and then I've got new stuff that I planted this year. I pulled out some that was from last year, like this walking stick kale I left. It's not really a walking stick, but some of this, like the kale in the middle there, I left because, you know, it's still looking pretty good. I planted, all along here I planted some lettuce and some peas. I think maybe, yeah, some little babies, can you see them? Just starting to germinate. But I really love this broccoli. This broccoli is from last fall, guys. It's sprouting broccoli, so it just keeps getting all these little heads, like every 2 weeks. Look at this one. It's like loaded with little heads. It's the best. And so my nursery this year had, I think it's these guys, it's sprouting purple broccoli. I tried to get the seeds online, but everybody was either sold out or I had to buy a ridiculous amount. So I was happy to find that at the nursery. All right, then this bed is blackberries behind the headboard, and then I have blackberries around the outside. And in the summer, this is all covered. It looks great. This is like mishmash too. I have some lovage, which is like a celery leaf. You can use the stalks too when they're young, but the leaves taste just like celery. Garlic, oregano that's come back, and then this is kind of like a mint bed. There's probably, I think, 3 or 4 varieties of mint in there. I just started weeding, so I got a little bit of work yet to do in this bed. And then this is predominantly my herb bed. Ah, who's that? Chiquita! Hi! Sorry. So we have lemon balm, we have golden oregano, more garlic, and this is kale, again, from last fall. It's really looking pretty darn good. I have my chives, and then here is more lovage coming up, which you know, if you keep harvesting that, as long as it doesn't get like 100 degrees, it does pretty good. All right, I'm down to 15%, so it's gonna be a quick greenhouse walk-in. Quick, quick, quick. I'll just turn around really quick, get a view from this side. So I'm starting to fill my pots for either veggies or flowers. I'm a big flower person too. And I have some more of these guys. These were last year, Home Depot. They send you like a text of like a deal of the day. And I think these were like $25. So I snatched that up. And if you saw my previous, I have 2 videos on the barrels. These are what I fill with water for the winter. And they heat and they supply a water source. All right, now don't judge me. This ain't too purty. But I have, surprisingly, I have done some work in here. And you're gonna see my seed starts. Ugh, I have to come in here. The heat from the sun, when I had the caps on, melted my markers. Ugh. So I'm gonna have to get, look at these poor guys, they're like, let me out. I'm gonna have to get paper to write down everything that's in there. Like this middle section, I just put them under here to try and like flatten them out, but something about, look at the green ones, mostly the green ones. Those yellow ones flattened out, but look, this one, only the green. It's gotta be something in the dye. But anyway, lots of birthdays in here. Happy birthday. Lots of guys. You know, it's a mess in here, there's not much to see. Some cuttings from my window boxes from last year that I just kind of divided, and we'll see. Maybe they'll do something. I don't know. They're still living, so we'll see. I swear this one looks like it's growing, so you know. And then I do a lot of that dividing. So I have big window boxes that have like lots of different varieties of things in them. And then at the end of the season, I just throw them here in the greenhouse. And then like after Christmas, I take everything out and I divide it all into little pots. So like this was in a huge pot and I divided it, and I probably paid $5 for one this size. And then I divide it and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4. And then like this guy, you can't tell what he is, but it's a gorgeous long spidery kind of plant. I forget what it's called. I think I have at least 8 back there. So that's one way to stretch your dollar, is to try and find a way to keep something. It doesn't have to bloom in your house. You just have to keep it alive until the next season. Like you can put it in your garage almost, and then, you know, divide it in the spring, and then you've got more plants. So I've got some passion flowers here, and I planted some bulbs. I was at the Philadelphia Flower Show and got some great bulbs. So there's like some dahlias, and then there's, I just planted these a couple days ago. They're called Wonder Flowers. They're gorgeous and they're perennial. So those have yet to come up. That's a little dahlia that sprouted up there. But that's kind of, you know, it's just a mess in here. So let's see, I've got probably like 5% more left. What's the temperature in here? 71. Okay, it's not bad. Come on, Chiquita. And who's this? Cora. Cora, stop. No, don't come in. I'm trying to see you. Stop, stop, stop. Look at that face. Okay, all right, let's go. Out. Out, out, out. So we have 2 dogs and 2 cats. They all have Spanish names because we have like a lot of Hispanic influence in our extended family. So Chiquita means little lady because she sits like a little princess. And Cora, you're too close. Sit. Corazon means heart because she stole our heart. Who wouldn't love that face? Now the chickens have American names, but they're all named after family members. So lots of cleanup to do, guys. Like I said, this is not a beautiful Instagram post by any means. Messy, messy. But, you know, spring is upon us, so time to clean things up. Look at all the violets. So pretty. So this bed has some perennials. This is my cutting garden, so most of the perennials that are in here are things that I can cut for flower arrangements. Most of my friends know I make flower arrangements. I put them in the same place on my deck and take a picture, and I post them throughout the season. It's always got the same backdrop. All right, but anyway, got like 3% left. I'm gonna put the girls away, chickies, and you know, if you liked this, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. I'm gonna post one every Monday, best I can, and I hope I have a lot of interesting content for you. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.